1. And attempt number 2 at going live for episode 3. We're here with Texylum, waiting on Beware of Darkness to catch on to the invites that I sent him today. And I'm wondering how I'm coming through to the audience, so we're going to give an audio check. Crap. That audio is crap. Yes, ow. That audio is crap. Let's adjust this.
Okay. I had to mute the stream.
And we'll adjust that just a little. And hey Tech, talk so I know which volume you're coming in on.
Okay, I'm talking. What am I coming in on?
So I'll take me out of 1 and put me in 2. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you, but you're low on my end.
Is that better?
I think so.
Okay, so we'll go with that, and I will minimize.
Oh
this
no, it's
here.
not.
It's not better.
No, but I'll try to muddle through it. Don't worry about it.
Let's see how I sound down there. Oh, I am really quiet. Okay. So let's give this a shot and see if that fixes it. Apparently I gotta run like this. Okay. I think I got it.
Okay.
Alright, so
it's still a little low.
It's gonna be a little low because it's a shitty microphone. Apology for the language, but it's a shitty microphone. It's a 5-year-old Turtle Beach from an Xbox 360.
This is not my platform. You can say whatever you want.
Right? Alright, so I'm going to toss out some stream invites so that we can get some people watching.
Okay. Beware was here, but I don't know where he went.
I sent him the invite. He hasn't been live yet unless he accidentally picked up in his car or something.
Oh, he did come in.
He is busy. He told me that he would end up being at least 15 minutes or so late. I told him it wouldn't be a big deal at all.
Okay.
So
we have about 5 minutes before he's supposed to show up.
Oh, absolutely. So let's let people know that episode 3 is streaming, and I have so many places.
I don't like having to watch the stream and be in the stream at the same time. It eats up my bandwidth. I
can broadcast you this. Let me see if I can get this figured out well enough to do this.
Oh, I know you can broadcast it through Skype.
Oh, I just saw Beware. Where did he go?
Okay.
Alright, all I see is glowing eyes. Where's that other little window?
My eyes don't glow. They're just white.
Here we go.
With a bluish tint to them.
Alright, why can't I get the menu up here to let me share my screen?
I don't know. Are you going through Google or YouTube, or did you launch it yourself?
I am only using YouTube to stream, and I think in the next few days I'm going to find a way to end that.
Did you use YouTube to launch Google Hangouts?
No, because we're in Skype, going across OBS into YouTube.
Oh yeah, you know what? My mistake. I made a mistake there. Never mind.
So I'm trying to see if I can't share screen with you on Skype, and it doesn't want to let me for some reason.
Can you hear me right now?
I can absolutely hear you right now.
Oh. Can you hear me right now?
Yep.
Well, it's not working.
What's not working?
I set up a toggle for mute with a button, and it didn't work.
And it didn't work. It just seems to be the day of things not working, and I called the last stream a flop.
Well, I know one thing that works.
The audio.
All I have to do is flip my microphone up, and it's muted.
Ah, there's that.
I'm anxious to see how this works. You
The
said
game?
you were going to run it differently.
Yes, I changed it from a couple of minutes up to 10 minutes, and it's going to be more of a conversational board than a
Excellent.
argument back and forth. So, as opposed to, I'm keeping with the motif where the people are going to be assigned the side or pick the side depending on how the question falls out, because I tried to mix up how the questions are. Once somebody selects a side,
I can't argue against things that I believe, and I can't argue for things that I don't believe.
why not?
Because
The argument only has to consist of your understanding of the premise of their side of the argument. It does not have to consist of supporting facts. It has to consist of the understanding of the premise of the opposing side.
So I get to play an SJW or feminist or something, right?
Randomly.
Yeah, randomly.
Randomly. Oh, crap. Right. Did I just disconnect that call? No, I didn't. And what did I do? Okay, so it's down to one window. That helps. I can't share my screen on this window, though.
Yeah, that's alright. I said don't worry about it this time. But next time you might want to try to figure out how to broadcast it to the people on Skype without them having to watch the video.
Right. I would see. I'm gone. Alright, so I've learned, and I've seen other people lately prove this, that it is a bad idea to use Google to stream on YouTube.
Yeah, however, using Google gives you an advantage for YouTube because they design their software to work together.
Yeah. But it seems like when you're trying to broadcast on YouTube, if you're using OBS to bring in extra stuff, as soon as you try, can I copy that? Can I copy that? I can copy it. Yeah, as soon as you try to use a Google browser for anything, or at least with what I'm running, as soon as you run that Google browser, you start to slow down. But you can use anything else.
Okay.
It just seems that I can use any other browser on this computer, and I don't get the problem I get if I touch my Google browser.
Well, when I use Chrome, it works better than any other browser I use.
Really? I have that opposite effect for what I'm doing right now.
For Hangouts. Darn it, come on. I'll be in there in a second. Actually, go ahead and delete that hide.
Can I? Remove. Here we go. Tax, since you're the only person here, I'm going to let you go ahead and choose what you want to do.
Okay, are you going to be my opponent then?
Great debate. I will attempt.
That's an idea. Hello?
All right. I don't know if you heard that because I don't have...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. I can hear you. The intro to the game was playing through.
Oh, okay. I muted it.
Did it come through on your side? Did it come through Skype at all?
Yes. It's streaming. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, if you can see the board, and well, you're the only one that made it to the stream today with all the technical difficulties going around between Google and YouTube.
And I said a fallback would be you being my debater.
Yes, I did hear that.
My opponent.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do?
We'll see how this goes. All right.
All right.
I guess I don't have to flip a coin. I will go ahead and let you choose from one of these 18 topics in these 3 categories.
All right. Religion.
Uh-oh. Religion. Does current news resemble vaguely some items found in religious histories?
Current accurate news does.
Alright, so obviously doesn't leave a lot of room to explain this out. So I will let you pick which side you want to argue for this topic. Basically saying that there are elements in today's current news stream that could be found in different religious histories and texts.
Yes.
Go.
Absolutely.
You have the floor.
Well, it says it on our money. In God we trust. It also has been researched and shown that they might have found the Ark that's mentioned in the Bible, the Great Ark. It's all over the place. We say we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and during that, they mention God. Gosh, how else can I go? Go ahead and say something.
All right. Well, as trying to play both the moderator and your opponent here, the items I was looking for were those of the current, I guess you could say, SJW trend, that to be bisexual, transsexual, or have differences, promiscuity, the political debate of such things being held to the point where, is that perhaps why the morality of religion was established? That people found it wrong and created a religion out of the felt necessity to eliminate such deviance from society by giving them a doctrine to follow.
Well, let me put it this way. I've read the King James Version of the Christian Bible, which is about as close as you're going to get to the original Latin and Hebrew Bible. And overlooking some things, obviously, I see much of the King James Version of the Bible just basically teaching human beings how to live a better life through interaction. So I don't understand why people are so opposed to it.
Well, to hold the other side, can't prove any of it ever really happened. There's vague mementos that might coincide with historic events, but you can't prove to anyone specifically, without some doubt in their mind, that religion or religious text wasn't just invented by the person writing it, as opposed to sent down divinely.
What about what I said? You're going to argue that instead?
That the Ark has been found, yet there's no proof that that Ark could have sustained the amount of life as per the religious text. That... I'm sorry, you'll have to repeat it for me as well. The first statement yours was before the Ark. The money. Just because somebody or a group of people in society carry on that religious expectation doesn't mean that it mimics occurrences that were found in religious history.
How about the fact that this country was founded on Christianity?
Actually, this country was founded on Puritanism. The first settlers in this area that started the country were primarily Puritans, not Christians. Christianity took hold in this country a few hundred years later.
When they take into consideration the Constitution, okay, that also mentions that we have freedom of religion. And if we are entitled to that within this country, why go offhand about it?
Okay, so the freedom to speak and the freedom to follow a religion of your choice is a new concept and would be hard to find, especially in religious history, being as most religions indoctrinate their followers to believe that that is the only religion and that all others are fallible and should be found as conspiracies, false gods. So to say that our country's existence in the era of even Christian religion, to say that a few hundred years of a couple of thousand years has made an impact, or that we're going to see something that happened back then in our use of the God or the theology that we choose to have followed at the time these were set. I'm saying, or the question is saying, does current news resemble vaguely some items found in religious history? And I think that the item that I was sort of leading towards were, we are seeing in instances of the Bible, and I don't know my biblical text very well, but Sodom and Gomorrah, entire civilizations destroyed because of impurity, based on bisexuality and homosexuality and all this stuff that's starting to again come about in our society. Is this a reverberation of things that have happened before and caused religion to be the way it is? Or is this something separate from religion that didn't happen before, that religion really has nothing to do with?
Okay, we have a term for anal sex, and it's called sodomy. Where do you think sodomy came from?
Sodom. I understand that. So roll with it. This is the debate. Do you feel that we are repeating history, and the only reason we don't realize it is because the only knowledge of the history is the negative text left by religion? To say not what happened that led to it, but what happened because of where they were.
No, I do not believe that at all. I believe that people focus on negativity rather than just happen to come across it and use it. People focus on the negativity because it's part of the human condition to seek out that which is misery and focus on it. And the other thing about religion is, if you believe in the Constitution, you have the right to practice your own religion as long as it's not going to harm other people. Now, people are not going to be harmed by following Christianity. They're not going to be harmed by not following Christianity.
Not today, which would be an argument for the non-repeat of historic religious history. Does that make sense?
As far as I know, in the Bible, Jesus never shoved the word down people's throat. He would just sit down and start preaching, and people would come and listen. It doesn't say anywhere that we must shove it down people's throat, but we are expected to share the information with people. And listen to me, I'm talking like I'm Christian. I'm not.
But that's the point. You're supposed to be able to argue whether or not you are affiliated with what you are arguing with. It allows people to see...
No, I look at the rationality of it.
Right, but it allows people to see an opposing context than that which they are sitting in.
Good, okay.
So, with a minute left on this topic, I will again reiterate what I felt when I decided to throw this topic in there in making the board. And I often question, because of the lack of evidence and historic documents being left behind from thousands and thousands of years ago, even farther, we can't say what our society or species has done before and found to work or not work and caused impacts to our past. So as to say, not that I have a problem with homosexuality or bisexuality, but it inherently leads to a group of people who don't procreate. And if you have a civilization that doesn't procreate in an era where you need family and laborers, was it held to a negative because they weren't producing offspring, or was it held to a negative because they learned that it resulted in a decline of population? Was it held to a negative because once you insert an idea into somebody's head, does that idea also become that person's to try out? And if you try that out long enough, you just keep increasing. So I'm probably explaining it poorly, but my time is up.
Yep. So therefore, I'm not going to respond to that.
Right. And the game froze. Awesome. Well, with 4 minutes... There we go. It just came back to me. With 4 minutes left, I just want to encourage other people who happen to stop by or see the stream to possibly jump into my Discord. There is a link down in the description. There's a couple of channels for you to submit debate topics or enter to try and jump on this show. I would preferably like to have 2 contestants. One to argue the side of their choice. Oh, hold up. One to argue the side of their choice.
I just wanted to say...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say I can probably get somebody else in here if you want to keep it going.
Nope, the next show's on Friday. I don't want to run the streams too long. I want to try and aim for some sort of consistency, so I'm setting up a time block. So again, if you see anybody or know anybody that wants to jump in or throw some input in, my link to the Discord is down in the description. Feel free to jump in and throw in whatever you would like, some debate topics, or enter yourself in to win. Ideally, I would like to have 2 contestants on, one to argue their point of choice when it is their turn, one to argue the opposing facts so that I can help keep the middle ground and help the conversation continue to roll. I want to thank Tech for stopping in and being on the show today, even with all the technical difficulties, and really want to say we appreciate him being here. Thank you, and we'll see you on Friday. Have a good day.
It was a pleasure.